Welcome to Wild Trout Man, featuring the art, science, adventure, and zen experience of fly fishing. Long live cold, clean water. Long live wild trout. Please help preserve this precious natural resource, and please subscribe to support the channel. Thank you, and enjoy this episode from Wild Trout Man.
Welcome to Wild Trout Man. Very excited about today's expedition. I am after some wild trout, particularly native brookies. That's what I'm hoping to catch today. I do love all wild trout, and I'm thinking this is a native brookie stream. We'll see. Going with the super Adams to start, just going with the dry fly. Got some rain coming down, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect things. If they're going to be looking up to the surface, I may have to put a dropper on. It's pretty tight stream, small stream, so prefer not to have two flies if I don't have to. And I got the Orvis Recon 7.5 foot 3-weight. I've only used that like once or twice, so looking forward to using that. And I got my new Hardy Perfect Reel. How about that? How beautiful and awesome is that? So up here in New York on a wild trout stream with a new rig and new setup, and going with the old trusty Super Adams, and let's make it happen. Just fished some really beautiful water. Not much, just a couple longer, nice runs with some depth, and nothing came up and looked at the dry fly. So there's a campground right here, just downstream. So possibly the stretch gets hit really hard. Number one. Number two, it's raining and they might not be looking up at the surface at all. So I'm going to add a dropper. Didn't want to, but circumstances call for adding a dropper, and we'll see how that goes. The dry fly, the Super Adams, is a barbless hook, and usually I have a barb pinch it down and it'll still keep my dropper line staying attached. I did lose a fly the other night with a barbless, completely barbless to start, and the dropper at one point just it wasn't there, so I'll have to see how that goes. Might be better to have a hook with a barb that you pinch down, so it still has that little bit of area to keep the dropper not from slipping right off. Got a size 16 Super Adams on. The dropper is a tungsten bead. I may have to up that size of the dry to support it and make it a little bit easier to see, either 14 or a 12. Incredibly beautiful. Look at how picturesque this is. Stunning. Moss-covered rocks. It's like the Garden of Eden here. There's a stonefly. Look how beautiful it is. God, there's got to be trout here. There we go. First hit. That was on the dry fly too. Small trout. I'm sure it was a brookie. Small brookie. I'm used to my 8.5 and 9 foot rod. I got to get used to this 7.5 foot rod. Got to be able to pinpoint those casts. Normally that would produce a fish. Got to get above these campers, especially when it's a native brook trout stream. They just can't handle that pressure. Now, this is what blue lining is all about. Exploring, learning, and when you do find them, it's such a reward and so amazing and really wonderful accomplishment. Look at that big old tree down right there. Give you some nice brookie habitat. Beautiful springtime birds. All right, gonna go over to the left here. Hopefully we're done with humans. You know, these small little streams. That's why you never broadcast the name, because they'll just get hammered. We just can't handle pressure. It's only so many fish for a small stream, and get a horde of guys coming through. It's not gonna happen. Looks like they had some high water here, huh? Look at that bank all ripped up. Stream's a little high, certainly fishable, certainly good. Just a couple inches lower would be even better for a dry fly. How beautiful. I'm sure there's a trout under there. Gotta figure out a way to get a fly in there. Come on. Jeepers, jeepers. Wow. That's quite amazing. Can't imagine not getting a hit here. There we go. Sweet. Haha. Native brookie. Cool. Get in the water. Hit the dropper. Beautiful fish, as always. Sweet. New York native. State fish for New York, as well as Pennsylvania. Look at that beautiful fish there. And next to my hardy reel. Protecting these amazing native brook trout, native char. Numbers are dwindling, so we gotta do our best to protect them. It's what we can to stop stocking these Class A Wild Trout streams. Certainly don't need any of that, and do catch and release. No kill native brookies on this Class A. Now we gotta do more to preserve this incredible species that we have here. Yellow stonefly. Hard to see my fly. Might have to switch up and get white wings. I love this material, but boy, if it came in white, that would be wonderful. Alright, so that Super Adams is going back in the box. There's a smaller one. This is what I was using the other day to imitate it. I chopped it up, made it smaller and more like a sulfur, and that was working, using that fly as a sulfur. But I need something a little bigger to support my dropper. I might have to do the Coachman. I think that's the only ones I have with white wings. Oh, that's a Super Adams there with white wings. I'd go with the Super Coachman. Let's do that. So 5X to the dry fly, 6X to the nymph. Beautiful fly. Wonderful pattern. Not sure who came up with the original Royal Coachman, but what a magnificent fly. So effective and so beautiful. What a work of art in itself. That's the whole artistic aspect of fly fishing, is these Magnificent flies. This is actually a royal wolf. I'm calling it a super coachman. That would be if I had the same material I use for the super Adams, the up-down trout wing and tail material. I imagine it was Lee Wolf that, his wife Joan. I don't know which wolf came up with the royal wolf. I believe it was Lee. Yeah, see my fly. Really nice. That might scare them. This big white bomber. You certainly need patience with doing these streams. All right, let's head upstream. Just a lovely stream to be on. Gorgeous morning. Actually, it's the afternoon now. Took a little bit to drive here. Had some rain. Got a little bit of fog moving in. I'm a little overdressed. Look at this magnificent boulder. A little Garden of Eden. A little Middle Earth and the Garden of Eden all mixed in one there. Very nice to pick up a brookie there. Would have expected to have at least one other hit, or multiple hits. But that one, we'll just keep working our way upstream and see how it goes here. That's pretty nice right there. Look at that. Great habitat. These moss-covered rocks. Just magnificent. That's wild trout man country. You would think there would be brookies in every one of these rifts and runs here. Haven't found that to be the case so far. Another yellow stonefly right here. Yellow Sally. Wow, two really good casts. Just hitting the bullseye. Nothing. That's staggering. Beautiful little run there. Look at that. There's got to be a brookie there. Got some fog moving in here. So picturesque. Japanese knotweed in the middle of the stream. Jeez. All right, look at that. You expect there to be a brookie. Yellow stonefly. Stoneflies are out. Just perfect drift, perfect float, really nice cast, and no fish, no, nothing. Just wiped out coming down the bank. Right there. One of these times I'm not going to be so fortunate. Oh, nice fish. Gosh. Oh, no wonder why there's no brookies here. Hope he didn't fall off. He's under the rock there, hopefully still. What a brown, huh? Jeez. Still under there. Oh, he's off. Well, that was a cool fish. Wow, what a brown trout I just had on there. Came flying out of the water a couple times. One under that rock. I was able to work him out a little bit, and then I almost had him all the way out, and just a slight bit too forceful, and popped the hook. He was on the dropper, on the pheasant tail. Man, that was a magnificent fish. What a size fish for the stream. Yay. Does make you wonder how the brookies survive with brown trout that size in here. I did see more than one fish. There was a rise and I saw another fish move out of here. It wasn't ripping through here, so I was able to get a good float. Man, that would have made the trip right there. That magnificent fish, and I blew it. Oh well. All right. So the reason why there's not a brookie in every little run is, you know, some of them are getting munched on. That was the rock he went under. Wow, the only thing I say is there's some big browns that moved in, and you know, brookies will be pounding this stuff. Browns, especially the bigger ones, are very wary and crafty and harder to catch, and you gotta really be on your game with matching the hatch. Brookies aren't so selective, and there's usually a greater population, but smaller in size. I almost want to put on a streamer and fish this later with a streamer. Really surprising not to get a single rise or a single hit in this really spectacular run. Maybe this is the lone surviving brook trout habitat is right here. Ooh. I just see a lot. Look at right there. My God, I was joking. This is probably the brookie habitat. This is what they're relegated to. I'm sure there's a brook trout, if not brown. After hooking into that, it must have been like a 14-inch brown that I just hooked into there. Definitely a wild brown. This might be what the brookies are relegated to. I shouldn't laugh. That's concerning, but I'm thinking that little fish there was more than likely a little brookie. I'm gonna see if I can check the film right now. I just checked the video there, and with that yellow tail, man, it certainly looks like a trout. Yeah, it looks like a brown trout. It looks like a brown trout that's an inch long, 3/4 to an inch long. A couple of them there. That's wow. That's a wow moment. That's just where the little guys survive in these extremely small habitats here, because they're safe from being predation from the larger fish. Amazing what these fish could survive in, early season, because there's water. Water is life, and how much this water is going to be here come summertime. Got to lay lots of eggs to hope several survive. All right, definitely changes a perspective of how you fish a stream when there's brown trout. Because they're more selective, they're harder to catch, they're not as opportunistic as just slamming everything where you don't have to match the hatch. Just get a good drift, a good float, and as long as your size and shape is to anything similar in a stream, the brookie's going to come up and pound it. Not the case with these wild browns. They're it's not as easy to fool a wily wild brown, especially an older one like that one I had on there. That fish has been in here for a while. It's you don't get to be that size without being quite smart and understanding your surroundings and knowing how to survive. So these little guys are able to survive here because no major predators are going after something. There's no major predators here in this water. Once they get a little bit bigger, you got other four-legged critters that will come in here and scarf them up. Yellow sallies everywhere. That's not the one I saw. There's a stonefly here. Some really brighter yellow ones that I've seen on the stream. Oh, this one's one on the dry fly. First one that's come up for a dry fly since that really small fish in the very beginning. I'm not liking the 7.5 foot rod. 8.5 foot rod, you keep much more line off the water, longer, better casts, setting the hook easier. I don't care about trees with my size of my rod. I lost my net. A rainbow. Wow. Wild rainbow. Wasn't expecting that on the dry fly. Wasn't expecting a wild rainbow. Wow. It's been a while since I've caught a wild rainbow in a small stream. Beautiful, beautiful fish there. Might have to go after the trifecta. Well, certainly expecting to catch brook trout here, and wow, had that incredible brown, so small stream. Now a wild rainbow came up twice for my dry fly. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna, hopefully get a trifecta here. I'm gonna go after, definitely put my effort into catching a brown trout, and hopefully some more brookies as we get further upstream. They do get pushed further up as these other fish come in. Got these yellow sallies flying around here. But that was, I might have saw a rise where I had that big brown on, and that was the only rise. Right before he hit, I thought, ooh, I just saw another, I think I just saw a fish come up by this, right by the log right there, right by the mossy log and the rock. There might have been a rise right. We might be coming up for these yellow sallies now. Stoneflies. Going back to a super Adams with the white wings and tail. That's white polypropylene. It's not calf's tail. It floats well, but not as well as the super Adams wing material, wing and tail material. But that stuff is gray. I'm gonna put on some new tippet. New 6X for the nymph. Definitely wasn't expecting multiple wild trout in this stream. Honestly thought it was going to be completely native brook trout. It is a tributary to a system that does have wild browns and wild rainbows. I think I'm going to clip down this tail a little bit. It's a lot of weight. That's better. All right, let's see if we get another one on a dry fly. And I'm really, I would like to get a trifecta here. Oh, another rise. There's some, that should get a fish. Ooh, doesn't like my, look at that. Wow, being selective. I think I just saw another rise up there. Oh, more stoneflies. Ooh, I think I had a hit on the nymph. So much easier to keep line off the water with an 8.5-foot rod. I think I should pick something up here. Slowly work my way up. Try and get over by that tree, the water on the left. Come on. Oh, these fish are tough. Ooh, had a hit. There's another rise. Changing my pattern. I want something more in the realms of that stonefly. That should be a decent facsimile. Straight dry fly. See what happens. Six or seven times around. Make sure that knot is secure. Got a little dry fly gel on there. This is going to come up for the day, but I actually brought my camping gear. That's certainly harder to see. But they're much more likely to hit it. How about that? Let's see what we got. Could be a brown, brook, or a rainbow at this point. He has not been identified. Oh, we got the trifecta. I got it to brown. Wow. With the hardy reel. How about that release? All right, I let him, he had the fly inside and I didn't want to have him bleed, so I sacrificed that fly. And that was the second cast on that caddis imitation that I'm using as a stonefly. Yeah, I could pass for yellow Sally. Some of these are brown and some of these are more yellow that are flying around. I'm gonna go with this guy here. I'm not sure if that was, if I use that one or this style. Paul Colas, these are your ties that I won at the Stanley Cooper Trout Unlimited banquet. Put them to good use on helping out with the trifecta here. And the old hardy reel as well. Stanley Cooper, our Trout Unlimited group, our banquet. It's our big fundraiser for the year. I got the, oh yeah, as well, the fly box. We have a really nice banquet each year. How many years? 31 years? I am the treasurer of that fine organization. So just did our financial report to National TU. We did well. We had a lot of guests. We had close to 90 guests at our banquet in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. There'll be another one March of next year. We got like, I don't know, 12 grand or more of equipment that we auction off and trips. God, I went a trip to the Delaware to the West Branch Angler last year, and I never used it. Hopefully they'll honor that for me, guys. West Branch Angler. So I did see a couple rise in this section right here. And that one that I got, he did rise probably once or twice right before, right in that spot. And there was definitely another fish too further up. Definitely got to be much more on your game going after multiple species of wild trout. I love brookies. It's our native fish. It's our state fish. They are easier to catch. Ooh. Yikes. There's a little guy. What do we got? Little brookie. This guy went skydiving. This guy went airborne. Sorry, little dude. Nice to see you. There's brook trout. Wow. There you go. Favorite of all the species. And away he goes. Little dude got launched. So that's two on this fly that I'm using to imitate the stonefly hatch going on. You know, if you don't have the exact fly, you make do with what you got. All right, let's go back downstream and fish that other spot where there's some fish rising. I think it's just around the corner there. How about that? Ooh, yikes. Got the trifecta. Picked up a brown trout there. And a little tiny brookie who got launched into the stratosphere. So I'm gonna go back downstream. I got both of those on a tan caddis that I'm using to imitate this stonefly hatch that's going on. So we had a couple rises down here. And I'm gonna toss a fly or two at those fish where I caught the wild rainbow in that hole. Give it another whirl with this particular fly, because both of those came up for that. The one was on the second cast. Came up, I'm a little close. I'm gonna scoot over this way. Come up. So, pretty nice. I was a little frustrated there in the beginning, expecting more action. And I was just saying that, you know, when you got multiple species of fish like this, it's not going to be as easy, and you're not going to be getting hits in every holes. You're not going to get a hit in every run, especially if you got some of those big boys like that one that I lost. You know, that's going to have bigger fish, but less of them. All right, look at the moss on this tree. There's a yellow Sally. Had a couple fish come up for dries here. So I'm gonna make a couple more casts with a different fly. I had that attractor on here before, and I did get the one with the attractor. Oh, there we go. Wow, gorgeous, gorgeous native brookie. Beautiful native brook trout. Special fish. How about that? Came back here. I just had that attractor pattern going through here before, and I picked up two on the caddis that I'm using to imitate the stonefly hatch. Second cast with that fly, and whammo, beautiful native brook trout. I don't have the dropper. I took the dropper off. Look at that fish. Look at that fish. Wow. How about that? That's beautiful. Look at that guy. Amazing, beautiful, so pretty. Good size, and he's here with browns and rainbows. And away he goes. Sweet. Oh man, look at the fog downstream. That's cool. Glad it came back. Wow. Well, you never know. 9 times out of 10, that fish probably wouldn't come up, but he did this time. All right. Let's see if he's got a buddy there. A nice sized brookie. Right in the same hole as the rainbow. Right in the same run as that rainbow. I couldn't see my fly. I just set the hook on the splash. Indiana Jones whipping his fly line around here. It's floating on the surface really nicely. Would have thought something would have come up here. Look at this fly right here. I got the stonefly too. Where you see that double wing. Alright, took a while to have some fun. I finally figured things out here. There's a bunch of stick caddis right there. Look at that. Oh man. Talk about hitting pay dirt. Just scooped up a whole bunch of stick caddis. Watch, they'll start moving. That one guy, he's tickling my hand. How about that? What a quality stream. When you have macroinvertebrates like this in your stream, you know you have quality water, and you're guaranteed to have trout if the water's cold. If the water's cold and you have these macroinvertebrates, you know the quality of the water, the pH and just the overall chemistry of the water is such where it'll support wild trout. A bunch of little stick caddis there. They'll hatch and turn into a flying insect, come back, lay their eggs, propagate the species, and this is the house that they make. This is all these little twigs. There's a little caddis larva inside there. That's his portable home. Look at that. That's quite the RV. You can go cross country in that baby. Not too shabby, huh? What a beautiful specimen of brook trout. The old state fish. New York and Pennsylvania, that's our state fish here. Gotta love them. Gotta love them and do the best we can to protect the water that they're in. Really beautiful right there. Missed them. Oh, jeez. Yikes. That looks like a brown. It was yellow. I almost took a swim. I can give him a break and fish the other side. So I had that guy at least 3 times, maybe 4, come up for my dry. I have yet to hook him. I don't know if he's going to come up again. He really came up hard that time, and I think it's a little bit harder setting the hook with a smaller rod. Oh. I got him a little bit that time. I felt a little pinch, or he felt a little pinch. Right there. Trying to get a little closer to set the hook quicker, but Always a chance of spooking them. All right, time to move on. Having action though, that's cool. And like always, the further upstream you go, the more fish you usually run into. Get away from civilization. That was fun. Just couldn't, came up a number of times, just couldn't get him hooked. Just couldn't hook him. Beautiful spot, look at that. Picturesque, perfect. It's probably multiple trout there. Good cast, good float, good drift. Oh, that was it right there. Go a little right. No takers. Let's try here. Darn it. That might have been the spot. Oh, little brookie, little brookie. Yeah. How about that? They're starting to come more frequently as I get further upstream. Magnificent little brook trout. When you start catching brookies in little stretches like that, little small runs off the main part of the stream, that's pretty cool. That's a good sign of some health. Ooh. I saw a rise there. Just saw another rise. Right there. A little further out. Oh, right there he was. Oh. Over the rock and through the woods into my hand. It is a wild brown trout. Wow, little wild brownie. Little dude, little beautiful dude. Got room to cast. Gotta have precision casts. Each time you cast, more likely to spook fish. Right here is where I'm expecting a fish to be. In that deep section, right there, boom. Surprised. No action there. Certainly looks fishy. Right there. The darker colored rocks because it's deeper. Would like to get one decent brown. That would really put an exclamation point on the day. Oh, that was really nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that wasn't me. That was the real thing. So what a float that was. How funny. I'm going for broke. I'm gonna try and get one past the log there. Ooh. Cameraman fell asleep. Nice brook trout here. Will I pop out already? No, he's got it good. Here's where I got him. Beautiful section. It's really cool. It's fishing on the left side of the log, just zipping through. First cast on the right side, got a good drift and whammo. Would have been nice to get that on film. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Sleeping at the wheel. Beautiful, beautiful brook trout. Awesome wild trout man moment, as it has been all day. Taking a while to get things going. Figuring out the stream too. I didn't realize it was multiple species here. This is where I picked up that fish, right here. Nice cast right in the opposite side of the log there. Tried to do another one, but I got the log. Perfect spot there. Got the protection, and that's what they need. Alright, this looks good here, but it's fast. Yeah, the water's up. It's just moving a little bit quick for a lot of these sections. And this is one right here that I think the fly is just going to come flying through here. It sits there for a second or two. That one's going to sit there for a while. Good looking spot here. Should be able to get a decent drift. Oh, first cast. Another little brown trout. Wow. Some of these deeper holes must have some pretty decent brownies. Ooh, had a hit. It was really late on the draw, stripping line in. It's like another small brown trout. Wow. Just gotta eat it. Another small brown trout on the dry fly. That's where that longer rod would come and play, be able to keep line off the water. I'm reaching as far as I can, holding my rod tip up, and it's just zipping through there. Here come the spinners. And a stonefly. Egg-laying spinners are coming down. Stoneflies are still hatching. I got one crawling on my hat. It's a crane fly. Another wild rainbow. Lead on the draw on that one. Sorry, little buddy. It's cool. It's the second wild rainbow. Yay. What do we got? This sardine. Little brookie. Gorgeous, gorgeous little brookie. Look at those bar marks. Wow. Gorgeous little brook trout. Let's release them over here. Trying to find some water for some bigger fish. Getting greedy now. Once you get quantity, then you want size. What do we got? Brown trout, I think. A small brown. Really getting numbers. Barbless pops right out. Got the spinner fall coming. Look at all the spinners right there. That's cool. Egg sacs. Ah, this looks pretty fishy. Every pool like this, I don't get one. I think it's just a big fish hanging down the bottom, eating all the smaller ones. Not coming up for any dry flies. Seems like a decent sized fish. Coming over the waterfall. Beautiful brookie. There we go. Sweet brookie. Over the waterfall. It's nice to be catching more brookies. Well, each one's taking it. Actually, I probably should have released those brookies on this side of the waterfall, just to give them protection from any browns for our amazing brook trout. Just had a hit. I think I'm gonna head back downstream. This was very cool, lots of water, no issues with water. Well, that was fun and oh so beautiful. And surprising as well. I wasn't expecting 3 species of trout, of wild trout in that stream. I was expecting, like I said, exclusively native brookies. And boy, I caught a bunch of small wild browns. And two nice wild rainbows, very beautiful. And yeah, quite the experience. The serenading by the birds here is absolutely wonderful. So quitting sooner than I would like, but I gotta go find a campsite. I don't have anything set up. Yeah, it's never fun setting up in the dark, so cutting it early here. I think that the bigger fish weren't coming to the surface. I think you needed to do the dry dropper thing here or do a streamer for the bigger fish. I was thinking of going back and tossing the fly where I had that big guy on, and that came flying out of the water a couple times and went under that rock, and I had him out. Oh yeah, I had him out once, and I almost had him out once, and then I just so close to getting him out that second time from under the rock, and then I just felt him just get off the hook there. So pretty exciting. That would have been a real highlight to get that one in the net, but there's always next time, and that's what keeps you going, and that's a nice fish story to relay. I do think that fish was about 14 inches, that brown, and boy, it just took off like a freight train. That was wild, you know, to get a big fish in a small stream like that, man. Boom, they're just taking off, and you're hanging on and trying to get them in. So everything really cool. The stoneflies are definitely hatching all over the place here tonight. We've got some spinners coming down, some egg-laying spinners. And once I switched over to just a dry, imitating that stonefly, definitely started getting lots of action. But it wasn't getting any of the deeper runs, the deeper pools weren't producing, and I don't think those big fish are coming up for the dries. They were just staying down. You know, they're big, they're smart. They know coming up to the surface is more risky. So it might be, if you want to, it was really fun getting them on dry flies. You start getting greedy, you want to get some size, and I think the way to do it is to go subsurface. And yeah, so all right, I got my fly just stuck on my boot here or something, so I gotta undo that and go rig up a campsite somewhere. All right, over and out, and we'll see you. I'm gonna be here tomorrow, and well, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna fish through one of the main branch of down there, or one of these little tribs. I don't know. It's all good just to be out here and the beauty of nature. Just I'll give you a 360 here. Look at this amazing stuff. The wonder of Mother Nature, and the Creator who put this all here. It's got my campsite right on the stream. Oh, right on the same stream here. I'm at the campground. And I got a really productive looking run here that I'm going to drop a fly in and see what happens. How about that? The show must go on. Well, I just saw a rise. There we go. Airborne. Wet my hand and see what this is. What do we got? Oh my gosh, it's brown. Little tiny brown. Look at that. Little brown trout. God, they are everywhere in the stream. I totally lost track. I caught so many of them. Where's the big boys? Somebody's got to be making them, huh? I just saw another rise. That's where the rise was. There it is. That little guy. God, it's just infested with these little trout. Looks like another little wild brown. There it is. Gosh, I think it's a 2-year fish here. Mr. Brown. Looking for your grandpa. Oh my gosh. Another hit. Another hit again. Lots of fish in the stream. There's another rise. Alright, come on, let's get a big boy. It's a little bit deeper water up there. There's a bad cast. A little bit bigger. I'm sure it's a brown at this point. This is just a brown trout factory. Boy, oh, it's a rainbow. Another rainbow. Wow, what a stream. Brooks, browns, rainbows. All right, Mr. Rainbow. We'll get bigger. Oh. Another one. Wow. Alright, this one's a little bit bigger. What do we got? What do we got? Nice to be a brookie. It's a rainbow again. Another rainbow. Wow. That's 4 wild rainbows. Probably about a dozen wild browns. And maybe about 8 brookies. Look at that. Wild rainbow. Plump. Beautiful. Beautiful wild fish. There he goes. Wow, this is impressive. It's like a hatchery. Maybe the bigger boys are laying in that little bit faster water there, a little bit deeper water, and not coming up to the surface and just feeding subsurface, because in the shallower waters where I'm just not getting many fish in the deeper areas. Oh geez, there's one. Okay, nice fish. Wow. Nice fish, nice fish. You got him in control here. Not going under a rock or anything else, guy. Wow. Look at this. Wow. Keep him in front of me. Oh man. There he is. There's Grandpa. It's not as big as the one I had on, but that's pretty impressive. Look at this. Wild brown. Oh man. Hefty. Oh, I had to work hard for the big brown. Nice battle too. I was able to control him and keep him from taking off and getting downstream and going over by the log. Or look at this beast. Wow. Came up and hit that stonefly caddis imitation there. Yellow Sally's coming off. Wow. And you knew there was big browns in here, just with all the smaller ones. Amazing. In this little stream. All right, Mr. Brown Trout. You get to go and live a long, happy life. And there he goes. Haha. Wow. How cool. Well, how about that? Was fishing all day. Had one big brown on. And boy, I wasn't able to control him. He took off, went into that rock, lost him. And I was, catching lots of fish, which was really amazing. All kinds of species, brooks, browns, rainbows, and nice sized brookies. Caught a couple, nice, beautiful rainbows, and a bunch of little browns. Not even a medium size. So it was really special here, right at the witching hour, right at the end of the witching hour, pulling in a nice beefy wild brown on that caddis imitation that is, it's got a tannish color that is imitating the stonefly that's just been out in force here. So, wow. All right, time to go set up my camp and get some grub, and I'm ready to hit the hay. I'm beat. Campsite set. Here we go. I'm gonna sleep like a log tonight. Stream side. Always fun being out here at night. You never know what you're gonna see. Oh, look at this. There's got to be a trout here. Of course, extremely difficult to see, but if a decent one starts moving, you're going to see them. The one time out by Kettle Creek, my cousin Mark and I, getting firewood, we came along this little tiny stream that was so filled with brook trout. And we were shining a flashlight on them. They were just like paralyzed. They didn't move. And we saw so many, and the stream was so small, it would just disappear underground, come back up, further upstream, and we'd see more trout. And it would disappear, we'd go further upstream, we'd find more trout. It's a nice run right there. That was when I was just a teenager, and I'll never forget it. It's a really amazing experience to see that as a young guy. I've seen them cruising the shore in the middle of the night like this, and all kinds of other critters, raccoons coming down on the other side, like a family of them, all these eyes glowing coming down. So awesome. There it is, home sweet home. Got a chair, got a table, polished off a water bottle. Got the gear all ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. More GoPro stuff. Alright, we're gonna call it an evening here. If there's any stars out. Beautiful, beautiful night. Lovely to be on the stream. God, listen to that water. Yeah, living life. All right, nice and cozy in the camp here, in the tent, and it's time to call it a night. I'll probably just go through my pictures on my phone and check out some of the scenery shots. I did take some shots of some of the fish caught today, and it's a really good day, really fun time. And what wild trout! Here we go. That was pretty cool. Getting the trifecta. It was nice to catch a bunch of brookies as well. Definitely got a whole bunch of browns right here, further downstream at the camp, and further upstream went, the more brookies I caught, and did catch rainbows kind of throughout. Should sleep pretty well. Just got that rushing water behind me. That's like a lullaby. I don't think I'm going to fish this stream anymore. It certainly produced, and I did want to pick up one brown after losing that one beautiful one. That one was spectacular, the way that one came flying out of the water. This last one was really cool too, in the dark and all that, or as the sun was setting. But that first guy, he was thrashing, and he was able to get under that rock. And that's, those big those big fish. They're in there for a while. They know what they're doing. They're smart. They didn't get to that age and that size by being a dumb fish. So that's why they're that size. So boy, he lived to see another day. Not that I would harm him in any way. Just tight line and a gentle release. All right, over and out, and we'll see you in the morning. Yeehaw.